For today's video, we need to get the kitchen cleaned and the fridge organized before I go grocery shopping. So the kitchen is a mess. Usually we have it picked up, but the dishes need to be done almost 3 times a day. So the dishes get kind of piled up a little bit. And then the fridge, that just needs to get cleaned out. Otherwise, I can't add any groceries to a messy fridge. So I like to once a month take everything out and reorganize things and get rid of things that we're not going to use anymore, and that's what I'm doing today. For today's video, I'm going to clean out the refrigerator. We are going to clean up the kitchen. The kitchen is a mess. We just had lunch and I have some other stuff laying on the table that just needs to get put away. We were trying to go through this box yesterday of random stuff that was like the kids and Lauren's and mine, and I still have a couple things that are on the table that need to go somewhere else, so I need to do that. The dishes need to be done. The kids just unloaded. We just got done with lunch, and I just need to clean up from lunch. So usually when we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, breakfast is during the time that we do a lot of our morning chores, and that's when a lot of the kids will do the dishes, they'll sweep the floor, we take food out for scrap and for the animals, and we do all of that in the morning. And then in the afternoon we have lunch, and then we have dinner. But tonight I have to go to work, so I'm not going to have time to clean the kitchen tonight. So it would be worse if I let it go for lunch and have like double the mess for supper. So I'm going to get the dishes done. I'm going to get the fridge cleaned out. I have a couple things that I want to add to the fridge that I mentioned in another video that I got on Temu. It's just fridge liner shelf things. So we're going to put that in the fridge today. But this is what the fridge looks like. This is usually what it looks like at the end of the month when it just gets loaded full of stuff. And it's just random stuff that we're not going to eat anymore, stuff that's kind of getting bad, and things that I can just give to the animals. So usually what I do is just put it in a big kettle or a bucket, and then we bring it down to the animals. We have some pigs that eat it. We also have chickens that will eat it. So a lot of the stuff that we don't get to by the end of the month will go to the animals. So that's mainly what I have to do today, is get that all cleaned up and freshened up and wiped down and get it all done. So I usually do this every month, is get the fridge cleaned out. So I do this fridge, I do the outside fridge. I'm not going to share that in today's video because I mainly need to focus on this one. In my last, I forget what video it was, but I think it was large family laundry, I put some of these handle covers on from Amazon. I'll link these down below. I also put them on the dishwasher, the refrigerator, and the stove. I love them because, and I also got gray just because that matches our kitchen better. So I put these on there just because sometimes the kids' hands get wet or sticky hands, or we're making something and, you know, hands just get dirty. So I love these. So I am glad that I got these. I haven't washed them yet. They don't really need to be right now, but they are nice to have, and then they just Velcro around the handle. So I have one on the freezer part too. So they come in a 2-pack, and I was able to do the stove and the dishwasher, and that is nice to have. So I have that, and then I also got a fridge magnet that I shared last time, and I will leave that link down below also. But for today, we need to get the fridge cleaned up. The kitchen needs to be cleaned up before I have to go to work tonight. I have to be to work at 4:30 tonight. Usually I go in at 5, but I have to go in a little bit earlier, so I need to get the kitchen cleaned up and everything taken care of. When it comes to the refrigerator, I take everything out, and I usually leave everything in the door, like as for the sauces and condiments and stuff. I try to just keep that in there. As long as everything can fit in there, we just keep it in there. And then every once in a while, I'll go through it and get rid of the things that we're not using. Our soy sauce, that all just goes in one little container because we fill them up and we use them whenever, you know, we need them. So I usually like to have them in a separate little container. With me cleaning out the fridge once a month, I have less mess in here than if I were to just let it go month to month. So I like to do this every month and just clean it out really good. I ended up taking out the drawer and I found so much stuff underneath there, like packages of cheese and chocolate chips and different things. So I just wiped that all out and got that clean. And then I'm just spraying out that little drawer that I usually keep cheese, hot dogs, our deli meat, and just little random things. And then as for our vegetables, it's usually our lettuce and our carrots, and then for the fruit, it's whatever we have on hand. So I'm just gonna wipe everything down really quick and get it all cleaned out. And that's pretty much it when it comes to cleaning out our fridge. All right, so these are the liners that I got from T-Boom. I got a couple of them and didn't realize that I was going to be using all of them for this fridge. I was gonna add some to my outside fridge, but I had just, I think, enough to fit in this fridge. I ended up having to do 3 on each shelf just because of how big my shelves are in my fridge. But I think they turned out pretty good. The kids like it. They like all the colors and stuff in there. So for what I needed to finish is just put everything back in and then get rid of all the stuff that I had off to the side. As for my just my scrap stuff that I needed to give to the animals and stuff. So I pretty much went through everything and I was able to get everything back in the fridge. So our table is the center of our house. This is the main area that we put all our stuff. We do our school at this table, we eat at this table, we do puzzles at this table. We don't have a basement. We have an upper floor, but that's mainly for the kids' rooms. And then I also have an extra bathroom up there that I cut hair in. And we just don't have big enough bedrooms for us to like do puzzles or extra stuff or arts and crafts. So we usually use our kitchen table. On the other side of our kitchen table is all my homeschool stuff. So I have like a little cabinet area that we put all of everything that we need for homeschooling. So we just use everything at the kitchen table. As for our dishes, everyone has a certain part when it comes to the dishes. Nash and Lachlan are usually the ones that unload the dishes. Declan will help, but he has new chores now, so he's not going to help as much. Everyone has a dishes day, so the day that it's someone's turn, they have to do the dishes that day. So the twins usually will unload, and then whoever's day it is, it's their day to do the dishes. So I usually have Friday, and I'm not quite sure what day this is that I ended up doing the dishes, but sometimes I'll fill in and do the extra dishes that need to be done that day. Otherwise, Lauren will do a couple loads whenever we need that done also. But our dishes is always a situation, and it's always something that we always have to do, no matter how many meals that we have in our house.
All right, so I'm done with cleaning up everything. I have everything washed and it's just gonna sit there for a little bit because I need to leave and go to work. I have my big pans washed. I have a little bit of stuff here still in the sink, but I don't have time for that and I'm okay with that. So the dishwasher is done. Oh, let me show you quick. So that is what I was talking about with the dishwasher magnet. I'll leave that down below also. All right, so that is everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. So the fridge is already cleaned out for the groceries for tomorrow. And I do have a pantry that I usually share where I usually clean it out, but I don't really need to right now. So I'm not really worried about that. But I have different areas that we store our food. If you guys are new here, we do a little bit of food storage, and we have different fridge and freezers and all sorts of things that we try to keep organized for us to put our food in. And the kids help with putting some of that away and helping with organizing and getting that ready for when I do groceries. So usually I pick up all the groceries, I do my video, and then the kids have to help with putting it on the table and then taking it down, and we find places for the food to go. They pretty much know where most of it goes because we have certain sections that we put a lot of our stuff. So that's pretty much why I try to keep up with the fridge, because once I go grocery shopping, and if that's not available, then it makes it hard for how much groceries I get for us to put it in the fridge. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.